We are going to see our major project, Heat Template Implementation using Openstacks, under the guidance of P. Saraswati Ma'am, Assistant Professor, JRIT. First of all, let us see what is Openstack. Openstack is an open source software for building public and private clouds. Also, we can see it as Openstack is a cloud operating system that controls networking resources throughout a data center. All these networking resources are managed through a dashboard that gives administrators full control while empowering their users to use resources through a web interface. Openstack integrated services are as follows: Nova, Cinder, Swift, Neutron, etc. All these are Openstack integrated services that comes with your Openstack software, and it depends upon the version of your Openstack that you are using. Every year, twice this software will be released, and the last two softwares that are released by the Rackspace and NASA are Newton and Okata. In this tutorial, we will be using Okata version, which is released under 24th February 2017. We are using the following services in our project: Nova, Neutron, Horizon, Keystone, Heat. Nova is one which offers and manages the virtual machines, while Horizon is a dashboard for end users to access backend services. Keystone is mainly responsible for authentication services, and Heat implements an orchestration engine to launch the cloud applications. Getting started with installation. Before getting started with installations, first of all, what are the requirements? We will be seeing that system with 8 GB RAM, 32 GB memory for your virtual box. So before installing everything, first of all, keep in mind that you have to have a laptop with 8 GB RAM, Windows 7 or 8 or 10 that is preloaded with it, and install VirtualBox software for your respective system, either 32-bit or 64-bit. Download Ubuntu 14.04 ISO file and install that in VirtualBox. And VirtualBox is installed in Windows platform, and which laptop has the configurations of 8 GB and 32 GB hard disk for your VirtualBox. Okay. After installing the Ubuntu, now enter the command Ctrl-Alt-T to open a terminal in your Ubuntu home screen. Once the terminal is open, type the following command: sudo apt-get update to update the latest repositories from ubuntu.com. Once the process is successfully completed, you will be seeing that reading packages list done, and again it will be waiting for another command. Now enter the command sudo apt-get upgrade and enter the command and wait for a 2 to 3 minutes, which depends upon your internet connection. And again, after upon successful completion of the following command, again it will be showing the screen and waiting for the next command. Then type the command sudo apt get dist upgrade and again wait for around 2 to 3 minutes for the repositories to be downloaded from the ubuntu.com, and once the process is completed, it will be waiting for a command. Then you type sudo reboot to reboot your system. Okay, once the system is rebooted, then follow the following installation steps. First of all, we will be installing Git using the command sudo apt get install Git. So this command will be installing Git. Git is a software which is used to clone the dev stack that we are necessary for installation of Openstack software in our platform. Next one, installing the Git. Again it will be waiting for a next command. Now type the following command. Here we are using cloning latest devstack into /opt/devstack directory using the command. So we are cloning the devstack folder from this website into the directory file /opt/devstack. The command that we need to enter to do this process is sudo git clone pstable /okata. Okata is the latest version that is released, and https github.com/openstackdev devstack.git in the following command and directory. And once you type the following command, hit enter and wait for around 2 to 3 minutes for git cloning the website. Once it is command, and here you can see that sudo is the command to give permissions. If you run the following command without sudo command, you will be seeing that permission denied. So personal suggestion is you have to use sudo command in order to avoid such errors. Now once it is installed, here once we have downloaded devstack into the opt devstack directory, then we have to go into that particular directory as similarly as we go in Windows. So in order to go to that particular directory, we use the command cd/opt/devstack. cd is a change directory. Once you have entered that particular command, you will be seeing like this in a blue color highlighted. So this means that you are in that particular folder, in opt and devstack folder. Now in this devstack folder, you have to create local.configuration file that is necessary for running your stack. So for that creation of stack, we will be using sudo because it needs permissions. Nano is a text editor which we are editing this local.conf, and this conf file contains all the information that is needed for deployment of server, which include all the service enable disabling of services. Mainly we will enable heat service. Okay. Now a blank window opens as shown in the below with editing options. So this is a blank window, local.conf, and this is a nano text editor, and these are all the tools that we need to save, command, replace and all. So now copy and paste the following code in the local.conf, save it and run the following code. So in order to run the following code, now here you can see that replace password with your own password. Here I have set password to so my password is you can put any other passwords. So this is a sample local.conf. So now create a stack user with the following command. So we have to create a stack user. So all this devstack, Openstack will run with new user stack. So we have to create that stack. In order to create that, we use the command sudo tool /create stack user.sh. So under the same directory, make sure that you are in this particular directory. If you run this command in this directory, you will be getting an error. So you have to run within the devstack directory only. Once it is successfully completed, you will be seeing that creating a group called stack, creating user called stack, giving the stack users passwordless sudo permissions. So passwordless sudo permissions should be given. Once you have created the stack user, you have to give permissions to particular folder for that stack user to access that particular folder. In order to do that, we'll be using granting root privileges to user stack. In order to grant users root privileges, we'll be using the command sudo chown. Chown is to give permissions. R is a repository. Stack is a new user that we have created. We are giving permissions to opt stack folder that recently we have created, and opt devstack that recently we have downloaded. So both these we have to run in order to give this necessary permissions for the newly created user to write and read for that particular directory. Now once you have done with everything, now we have to log out as admin and log in back as new user stack. So in order to do that, we will be using command sudo -i-u stack. Once you enter this, you will be prompted to enter the password and enter the password for your Ubuntu. And once you have entered, you will be going to that particular, from admin directory to, you will be going into stack at the normal directory. And now in this particular directory, go to cd/opt devstack that we have downloaded the devstack folder. Okay. So once you have gone to that particular directory, run the following command ./stack.sh, and it takes for a while. It takes around 40 to 50 minutes depending upon your internet connection, depending upon your RAM, depending upon your system configurations and all. Have a cup of coffee, enjoy this 1 hour. Upon successful completion of your this stack.sh, you will be seeing that stack.sh completed in 4148 seconds, and you will be given set of IPs, that is horizon is available at 10.0.2.15/dashboard. So you have to enter this command in your browser and search for that. So once you log into that particular dashboard, type on the IP address 10.0.2.15/dashboard. Hit enter. Sorry, 10.0.2.15/dashboard. Hit enter. So it will be connecting your Openstack, and type your username admin and default password that you have entered while installing the Ubuntu or Openstack. So once it is connecting, you will be getting the projects tab. So here is your projects tab, and go to this project menu, click on this orchestration tab and click on the stacks that we want to deploy. So it will be connecting. Once it is connected, you have to launch your stack. Click on this launch stack browse for a template file that you have created. So I have created in my home folder. It is heat.yml format. .yml is format. Okay, click next. So it is asking for stack name. I am giving first stack. So it is a creation timeout. Let it be for 60 minutes as usual. And here is a password. Here are the services that are default that I have defined in my template file. Now click on launch. So it will be launching. Please wait a while. So once it is here, you will be seeing the first stack that I have created the name. So it is created 0 minutes and it is create in progress. So once it is created, you will be seeing this stack is created. Here you can see that stack it has taken 1 minute time, and it even take a few more minutes for completion of stack creation. So here we can see that it has taken 4 minutes for the creation of stack, and finally the status is create complete. And if you open this in a new tab, you will be seeing that my first stack create is complete, and these are the resources that I have deployed. And if you see, you can see this is a server 1, and this is server 2, this is server 2 port, this is server 1 port, and here is private net, private subnet. This is my router 1 interface, this is my router 1, and this is my server 1 floating IP, and this is server 2 floating IP. You can see my heat template here. This is my heat template that I have used to deploy the stack, and the heat template version, you can see this is 2017 02/24, that is Okata release, that you have to specify the version. And this is my heat template. So here are my outputs: server 1 private IP, server 1 public IP, and server 2 private and server 2 public IP. Okay, so if you drag and drop, you can arrange this whatever the fashion that you can. And once this is completed, you can go to projects tab, go to network. You can see the network topology also for this stack. So here you can see the network topology, where this is my public net, this is my private net that I have created, and there are two servers, server 1 and server 2, and both are active. Status is active. So this is a router which is sharing the internet for both of them. So if I click on the graph, so you will be seeing this network topology graph, where this is a public net. You can see the public subnet. This is the first stack router. This one is server 2, this one is server 1, and this one is your private internet. So if you go to this network tab, you can see the public and private net that are created with floating IP 172.24.0.0/24. Okay. Now we can go to this instances tab in the compute. So it will be connecting to that instances tab. So here is my instances. I have created server 1 and server 2. So if you can log in either of them, and these are the associated floating IPs with both the servers, and I have used m1.tiny as my flavor. Now for the demonstration purpose, click on either of the server. I am clicking here on server 1. So it will be connecting. So here you can see the server 1 name, server 1. This is the ID of server 1. Status is active, and all these are specifications. In flavor, I have used m1.tiny with RAM 512 MB and all. So this is what. Now if you go to console tab, wait for a minute. Here you can see that console is loading. If console is not responding to your keyboard input, click here to show the console. Like the console is loading now. wait for until the control is loaded, and here are the commands for the console: send control alt delete, shutdown, reboot and reset. This is another instance that we are logging from this IP address. This is my server 1. Here you can see that connected to unencrypted to QEMU instance. So here you can see that remove disk and press any key to enter. So here we have connected to another instance. If you highlight that click here that symbol, and you will be logging and connected here, and here you have to enter the disk and reboot, and you have to send the control alt delete command, and you have to log in via password, and you can access this dashboard. And here we have kept it for 1 hour. Thank you. This is our project.